Perfect.
And then happy Sunday. Hi, Sheila. Happy, happy, happy. Hi, Sheila. Great in that blue. Come on, camera. We're in the room a little bit early. What's up, everyone? JK in the house. Johnny Long. Right. While we're coming into the room, I want you to share a win. Just give me a win. You're already in the room. So Johnny, you're unmuted. Go ahead. You give us a win.
Wow, I am unmuted. One of my wins is I have been, wow, I actually finished 2 projects because of the momentum of the DIVA Network. And one of the projects came through my relationship with Dr. Andrea. And it's a big thing. And I'm looking forward to all the people that are going to join coming through this, because I know women need it. I know we need it in this season. We need to collaborate, we need to share, and we need to connect and inspire one another. So thank you.
Ow, ow, ow. I love it. I love it. Hi, Yukapono. Good morning. All right, Cheryl, share a win. Share a win.
So this is a little bit different of a kind of a win, but I was in partnership with a woman all of last year, and she decided that she wasn't moving forward for anything. And she officially handed me over a 5,000 mailing list with 5,000 contacts. And I just have to warm up the list again and get things going. And she also turned over the Facebook group to me that has like 6,000 members. So woohoo!
That is a win.
Yeah, a little bit different than usual, but
hey, that's a Holy Spirit activated and gave you abundance and resources. And you know what's so cool is you're going to learn a lot in this group about how to maximize that. You know, I know you probably already know a lot, but you're going to learn some more.
It's exciting.
It is exciting. Come on camera when you get in the room, if you can. That's part of how we create community, is seeing each other's faces. And you can put in the chat where you're tuning in from. And also you could go to the reactions and raise your hand like this to share a win. We're taking some wins from Miami. I like Miami. I love eating fritanga in Miami. I love that my wardrobe is flip-flops and bathing suits in Miami. Not right now, but most of the time yeah, Sheila, share a win. Orlando, Florida. Emily, Walt Disney World, Florida. Okay, Sheila, what's your win? Share it.
My win. My girls and I yesterday attended my first campaign meeting for being a voted candidate for Visionary of the Year for Leukemia Lymphoma Society. We got to meet some really great people in the community and recognize campaigning for fundraising is kind of like affiliate list building. A lot of the talk was synonymous. So how appropriate that it all comes together and bring it all into unison. And my girls actually had a really great time too. So looking forward to being part of that in conjunction to create so much more greatness and be with the Divas Network, that it just all comes together to make impact.
Awesome. Yeah, you know, it's you that goes into the kitchen, it's you that goes into the grocery store, it's you that goes into your bedroom, it's you that puts on the CEO hat, it's you that goes into your community. And so when we do the work on you and you skill up in one area, the other areas are impacted. You know, the other areas are impacted. Something that we're going to bring forward a lot in this group are ways to land our message more powerfully and getting clear and clarity around what is hot on our hearts and landing that. so that when you're having a conversation, it descends into the being and the bodies of the people that most need what you have to say and what you have to share. And then the light bulb comes on and they perceive you as the expert. And then what happens, Johnny? We talked about it. They receive you, just like I always talk about Jesus, and it's Sunday and here we are. So, you know, Jesus is going to come into the building. I mean, he was already there. Let's be for real. But, you know, in his hometown, people couldn't always receive miracles from him. And that was because they did not perceive him. They perceived him as the kid they grew up with. They perceived him in a way that they couldn't receive the miracles. But in other cities where people had faith, and their faith was based on stories and rumors and things they had seen, so they had a perception that allowed them to receive the miracles, because Jesus, whether you believe in him or not, that's all good. It's a teaching context, and the base, we always all teach from our own material, and it's not my material, but it's in here, it's written, right? And so he always said, by your faith be it unto you. Every single miracle that was ever given, it was not forced upon. It was because the person was able to perceive that they could receive, right? And that's something that I think that is so powerful about visibility and the things that we're going to be doing together. And I have a few announcements that are even more exciting that are coming this week to kind of prepare you for this week so that you can really win. Is that with visibility, when we make visible the message on your heart and the service you're here to deliver, and you, even when we make your bright light visible, so when you come into a room, people are drawn in, you know, they see you, they're attracted to you. It's something beyond even what you say. You know what I'm talking about, Cheryl? You go into a room and you're like, oh, I feel drawn to that person. I feel really connected to that person. It's an energy. And that's part of visibility too. It starts with how you perceive yourself and what your identity is hooked into, which is why I'm like, Holy Spirit, take the wheel. Jesus, take the wheel. I need to hook into that identity. Sometimes I'm really funny. Sometimes I dance real good, but most of the time I'm like, I need a higher mind. I need a higher vibration. But by hooking into that, right, there's a different identity and that energy flows. So part of raising your visibility starts with becoming visible to yourself. Like, what is here? What's on my heart? Who am I here to serve? What do I love? What lights me up? What am I gifted with? You know, and that being visible. And then when you start to show up in rooms, you show up online, you're showing up in podcasts, in articles and different things like that, which are all possible within inside of our DIVA network. And some of you founders are already getting scheduled for the podcast. Your visibility gets elevated, right? What happens when you go and you're looking up somebody that you're going to work with and you go, oh, they shared the stage with Les Brown. Oh, they were on that podcast, on this thing, on that thing that I recognize. Guess what happens? Perception. It's that same perception shift of it. You've always been in there, right? But now you've done the work to pull it forward so people can actually see and experience and then perceive who you are. And when they can perceive who you are, Emily, then they're positioned to receive the miracles that are meant to flow through you. Because Jesus actually said, again, whether you believe in him or not, and this is not a Christian organization, I'm the founder and I'm a Christian, but this is we have everybody here, and people say, you know, goddess, universe, higher self, I honor you, but I'm always going to speak from my authentic blueprint, right? So Jesus said people would do greater miracles than him, even when he left. And that's because the same spirit that was in him was imparted, right? And so if you begin to be perceived in a way that people can have a little bit of faith, oh, Cheryl can help me, Emily can help me, Sheila can help me. Man, everybody wants Sheila on their team now, don't you guys? Everybody's like, Sheila, move out of the way, right? Yeah, I'm so glad we have Sheila on our team. But then what happens is something quickens in their spirit. So the guarded, closed off, there's an opening, and it only takes a tiny little seed of faith that you might be able to deliver. And then when you give your gift of transformation, of mindset, of hairdos, of whatever it is that you give, then the faith of that person and their perception meeting your gifting and calling, that's when you get those testimonials of miracles are happening, right? Or wow, change has happened, transformation has happened. Isn't that good? It's so good. It's so good. And I am obsessed. We are obsessed with how do we, as a community, continue to understand the value that we bring and package it up and deliver it with generosity to a world that is thirsty, hungry, ready. Even if it's like, you're going to meet Tara. Hi, Catherine. You're going to meet Tara one of these days. She's the girl I go to when I need my wild woman yoga dance class. And I'm going to tell you, that is medicine to my soul. It's a liberation. It's a body prayer. It's like, there's a reason, whether it's art, music, parenting, put in the chat. What's your thing? Go ahead. Give me what's your thing to share with the world. What's your thing? Dun, 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 dun. How's it go? I don't know. I got the rhythm. Johnny knows the words.
It's your thing. Do what you want to do now. I can't tell you. Ha.
There we go. Yes. 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 Let's see what we got. Parenting and connection. What else? Cheryl's still dancing and singing to the song. Sheila too. It's a good day. And I'll be quick today, everybody. We've got about 20 more minutes and we're good. I'll open it up for questions. And sacred sexuality, Catherine says, oh, there are some happy men and women and probably more children on the earth because of that one. That's awesome. Okay, tech systems, automation, all icky, all the icky things. You know what? They're icky to some people, but I'm going to tell you, like, you are a gift from God in my world, Jennifer. You know, she's like, yeah, girl, I know. Look at those eyebrows. I got you. Yes. Money mindset and crafting for leadership. I like it, Johnny. Bringing spirituality into your business. So important. It's so important because actually, I remember having a breakthrough once that, I had spirituality in one world and business category in another world. But the reality is your spirit that made it into a physical reality, period. So everything you do is some sort of spiritual expression. And the more you align with your truth, the more unleashed, right? Super powerful. Agriculture and gender advocate. Nice. That's a wide range. You got the people and the planet. You got the people and the planet. We're doing all the things. I love it. I love it. Sounds like kingdom. What sounds like kingdom? Let's see. Johnny, what sounds like
Yeah,
kingdom?
she said bringing spirituality into business. And that sounds like the kingdom mindset. So I said, that sounds like kingdom.
I like it. I like it. Okay. So I want to let you know about how we have expanded this challenge to really, really, really set you up to win. And then I'm going to give you an easy assignment. All right. So we have changed this from a 5-day challenge to a 90-day run together. Okay. And visibility. And here's why, because what you do in 5 days can be powerful, passionate, immersive, and then you go back, right? But a 90-day run is like, we're going to take the beginning of this year and we are going to run, we are locking arms, we're going to raise our visibility, get more clients, create more revenue. And not only that, yeah, so we're not just teaching 5 days, we're creating 90 days of success. That's right, 90 days of success running together. And we'll lay out some of the schedule because this week will remain the same as what we planned. But the rest of the week, the schedule will change a little bit. And we're working that out right after this call. Right after this call, so I don't have the answers yet. But we're close. And here is what is so epic about this is not just the success and the accountability and what we'll create as a community and the practice of being in each other's business of like, how are you doing? How are you doing? Right? And making sure that everyone wins. But, you know, one of our strategists, I just cannot believe all the people we get to bring to you. I mean, you already know this week, we're bringing you Jeff Hoffman, right? Tomorrow. So Jeff Hoffman, the founder of Priceline, you're going to get some time with him. Those of you that are already members, you are in VIP, by the way. So if you're already members, you're in VIP. We're bringing you Don Green of the Napoleon Hill Foundation. Yeah. Me and Johnny love Don Green and Emily. Everybody loves Don Green. Yep. He's one of my favorite. You got to listen really well because he's got this Southern draw. How many of you have not heard Don Green before?
Don't
Raise-
knock the Southern drawl now.
Oh,
I
it's not like that, Sheila.
I can
It's not-
understand him just fine.
No, you're going too slow. That's not the Don Green Southern draw. It's like this. Well, I was walking around, I built a zoo and then I made $1 million. And then what happened is I walked into the store and we made another $1 million more. And if you don't pay attention, then you're not going to make money because you got to serve people and love people. And then $1 million is going to fall out of the tree, but not because it's because you built the tree and you got other people and you helped them build their trees. And then another $10 million happened. And you're right. Like you're like, wait a second, Don, you just gave us 15 nuggets in 2 minutes. And how did it happen? So you got to really tune in. Good thing it's recorded because you're going to want to pause. That guy just drops nuggets. One of my favorite things that most people don't know about Don Green is he doesn't take a penny from the Napoleon Hill Foundation. And he is the reason it has scaled. He's a former banker that lives on his investments. And even the Napoleon Hill Foundation, he invested that money. And so it keeps giving. So he doesn't just spend it. So outrageous because I've known him 20 years and he's been in that position for over 20 years. And he is one of the most, all the money he puts kids through college. Like he is so contribution minded. And so to see someone financially successful living in contribution, you don't only want to hear him, but you want to be in the room with him, which is what we all get. What I love about that is you catch things when you listen to a replay, but when you're in the room, there's a transference of energy? There is. Cheryl knows. Cheryl knows. Tasha knows. There's a transference of energy. And there are things that they don't even know to write about because it's just like you pick it up in their presence. You pick it up in proximity. It's why you can have two people give the exact same presentation word for word, but the one who has created it and lived it, there's going to be a different transference in the atmosphere. It's kind of like our cells in a body. Like if you've heard little cells when I don't think they swim around, but in my mind, they're swimming around right now and they talk to each other. They literally are like, what do you need? What do you need? And they exchange vitamin C, vitamin whatever. And it happens on an energetic level. It's the same. We're like cells in an earth body. And when you get close, you get in proximity, there's a transference. And you got to have a perception. You got to have faith. You got to be willing to receive. But it's pretty powerful. So we have Don Green. We have this power couple, Bob and Priya. Bob broke blockchain 90 days and 90 ways. He's on all kinds of acronyms, okay, like the boards, like the United Nations, blah, 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 the CIA, like cybersecurity. But he's here, he'll be talking with us and he's on board with the Dining Empire and the DIVA Network and how we create revenue and economy and how we use this movement to free not only ourselves, but our brothers and sisters globally. And then his wife, Priya, an IQ of 170, and she writes for Bitcoin magazine. She was a number 10 Coinbase, top 10 Coinbase executive. Also, it's totally locked arms with us and helping us build a future where we can do microloans and mentorship and funding. And if you're not a multi-million-dollar business yet, getting funding and mentorship. So they'll be on Wednesday, and we have more. So we have more. We have Poppy Denuzzo, brought to us by Sheila Burrell. And Poppy is not only a founding member, but he is paid by Tony Robbins to train the platinum members. He has the number 34 largest wealth building company or management company in the US. And he has a heart for everybody gets to be financially free, and especially for women and children. So this week alone, we're going to have, where'd she go? Catherine, we miss you. Whoever left the camera, and Catherine, lean in. There's someone else left too, or left camera. You're still here, but you left camera. Okay, so Tasha, is she frozen? Yeah, I think Tasha's frozen. I'm going to take a little drink and see.
No, I'm here.
Okay, good. That was Emily that left. There's Emily. She's back. Tasha's here. Catherine. Okay. So the proximity level, just imagine your life hanging out with billionaires and some of the top market makers in the world, because that is what's going to happen this next week. And because we're doing a 90-day run, you're going to see more and more people join and get bigger and bigger. But you have this small, intimate room where we have access. So really excited about all of that. Doug is recovering. He's in the hospital right now. So I'm going to ask that you pray for Doug and for his healing and all of that. He will be, we'll be bringing in that community building element in lots of different ways, but we'll let you know exactly when that's going to happen in February. We have a woman, you'll meet her really soon, DMA. Listen to this. She was a high-level executive for BET. Okay. She, Netflix is her client. All right. Disney uses her technology for HR and onboarding. She created that technology. And she is a strategist that's paid the big bucks. You can just hear those names and it's big bucks, right? She is a strategist that's paid the big bucks to help companies scale and deliver their message. And she has a special heart for solopreneurs and smaller companies knowing how to scale. So she is bringing throughout the whole 90 days, her strategy and how we maximize this 90 days to really make sure that but not only that, she's built a technology called Corgi. Don't start it yet, because you're going to get 90 days in a week free, okay, of this technology, but it's still like $14 a month if you keep it later. But she built this technology where they could take their SOPs and just pass them on. So you just check what you need to do. So she's going to be helping us be accountable for the goals that we set. All right. Because we're going to set some wild goals together for our business and for each other. Are any of you up for that? Or you just want to do You want to do meh? No, you want to do wild, right? We want to create imagine we start strong and then we keep it going strong, right? So that's the goal. We're going to set wild goals, and our obsession is you winning. Our obsession is stories from the community about how what shows you were on, what podcasts, what clients, how your business grew, what happened in your school community. Like, we're obsessed with those results. That's how we know we're winning. The affiliate model, that's happening on its own. And those stories will be outrageous. But just so you know, our heart isn't create a bunch of salespeople that are like bring people in so they'll sell our thing. There are people that will come in and create an outrageous financial opportunity for themselves as a sideline income. But that is not our core heartbeat. Our core heartbeat is the elevation of the planet and creating the fastest growing movement of wild, free, wealthy, healthy, rich women, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically on the planet, by doing it through this community and your leadership. It's not it's your leadership, right? Our leadership, locking arms, and then leveraging innovation and technology to do that, and collaboration. And so it's a mission that the more you buy into it with us, the more we all experience what was placed in us for impact. You know what I mean? Because we're all here to impact the globe, right? And you may have already heard me say this, but I'm going to say it a lot, because I've heard, if you want to go fast, go alone, right? Because you don't have to pick anyone up. You just bam, sprint. And if you want to go far, go together, right? But I think if you want to go fast, go together. If you want to go far, go together. Because of what? Collaboration, innovation, technology, right? Like what just happened with Cheryl, who one of her wins was 5,000 Facebook group, a big email list that was handed to her. So now when Cheryl hooks up with another person that has an email list and they have an equal kind of, they can do so many things together, a bundle offer, they can do a summit together, they could do a joint event like Doug and I are doing together. There's so many things that you can do with that, and with what you'll learn about how to serve your audience when in between your promotional times with not only your own products, but other alignments and affiliate offerings, if you choose to do that. It's just awesome. So just go together. That's right. That's right. Okay. So some of the core assignments I want to just give for now is I'll need Jennifer's help with this, because we're going to show you. Oh, and because it's a 90-day run, we are going to recognize top promoters. Those of you who are promoting this with us, we're going to recognize you weekly, but then we're going to choose winners once a month that are going to get prizes, and then there'll be a grand prize after the 3 months. So yeah, right now Sheila's one of our top. Imagine that. Okay. So go ahead and unmute Jennifer and tell them what we want to do next. So let's go back to that, how to find the DIVA Network school community, just so everybody knows where to find the DIVA Network school community in school.
Well, if you are in multiple school communities, you can switch through them, flip through them through this little arrow thingy. I don't know what that's called. Upside down hats. I don't know. Anyway, but then select, of course, the DIVA Network. Does that answer your question, Adora?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now what? Now where?
Now let's show them where to find, yes, this run that we're doing, the visibility challenge. Yep.
And
so right under.
all visibility challenge things are these top 3 things here. So the challenge, which everybody has, if you are a VIP or a founder, you got access to this box yesterday. And then of course our affiliate training is all in this box, in this course.
Awesome. So if we click on the visibility challenge, we're going to have you do the pre-training, there's a welcome video from Doug and I. You're going to be able to add the visibility challenge to your calendar. I want you to wait until Jennifer and I have our meeting. Okay. So wait like till later this afternoon, because we're going to update this visibility challenge ad and it'll have the whole 90 days. And that way you could just add it to your calendar. The links will already be there. Okay. But today's task is to go through this challenge pre-training. It's going to give you, some of it's going to be shifted a little because you're going to see it was talking to the 5 days only. And we decided to expand this weekend. And we have so many people coming. So many people, someone that just did a big campaign with John Maxwell, and it's going to show you email list building on $5 a day, and is one of our leaders in the community. I'm going to bring Dennis Waitley in. We're going to bring in lots of other people. So, so just to, be merciful. You've been in the house with us while we're building it, right? And all this just kind of changed this weekend. But there is a contest, and we're going to, it's in draft right now, so you may not see it right now, but the way that you get a perfect score on it is that you do each day there's a daily action. And so you take that daily action and you get a perfect score. And everyone who gets a perfect score gets a VIP day with Doug and I, and we're going to throw more into that, but that's where we really go deep. So you do want to go ahead and do the daily actions. All right. That way, when we release it, you'll want to look at the school overview, just so you get familiar with where everything is, the calendar tab. Some of it you may already know. Those of you that are founders, you don't need to upgrade to VIP. Okay. You're already VIP. Also, if you're on the monthly membership, you are already in the VIP. You're considered DIVA VIP. Okay. But those of you that are new to the community and you want to be in the daily extra hour, because we have an extra hour a day where we bring these celebrity speakers in, we do hot seat coaching, we do Q&As. You'll definitely want to go ahead and upgrade. Okay. And then this how to earn commissions. This is for you to know where to find your link for the challenge. Yes, Jennifer, go ahead.
Okay. So we're switching gears. I'm going to switch out of the school community and we're going to go to the DIVA dashboard. When you enroll, if you're brand new and you signed up just for the challenge, this is the dashboard that you saw when you first logged in. Okay. And we're making changes to this. My developer is making changes to this as we speak. So this could literally change in the next 48 hours. Where your links are will not change, however. So I'm going to switch. Do you see the dashboard?
Yes.
Okay. So at the very top of this right now, this part might change, but at the very top, this is your generic link to the DIVA Network. Okay. This is where they can go to sign up for free. Ignore that, because what we're really looking for, I'm sorry, I cut you off.
Oh, that's the paid one. The free one's the SC one. The LP is the paid one.
She's right. I'm the tech person and she's right. So just ignore that link. We might change what we display there depending on what we're doing at the time. But dashboard, affiliate links, the second button right here, and then they're labeled, right? So the paid link is this top one, and then you're looking for this challenge link. What's important? Oh, this is also important. This is also changing, but some of you have already had this question. This is really techy, so I'm going to try and make it as simple as possible. Apple is kind of a pain in the butt when it comes to their privacy laws. So a lot of you have probably experienced where you have sent somebody your link and the box that says sponsor is not filled out already for them, because Apple's a pain in my butt. I have all Apple products, by the way. So if you run into that situation, your username, which is this part, it's the same in every single one of your links, if you notice, is your username, and that's the piece that they need to make sure that you get credit for the referral. Does that make sense? I'm going to stop my share for just a second so I can see your faces. Any questions about that? Okay, good deal. So let's go back to the screen. I'm showing you where your links are. You want to make sure you share for the challenge. Another big tidbit, because this has been some feedback that you guys have given us and what we're working on right this second. Don't know when it'll go live, hopefully this week. But when somebody signs up for the challenge, it's going to be a different dashboard so that it's very simplistic. It's not going to overload them with all the information that's currently on the dashboard. And there will be a cheat button somewhere to go to school. Here's the next important thing I want to share with you about school.
Let's go to school while you share it. And remember, we have a lot of people that are not going to promote this challenge. So I want to keep this part.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm done.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. Those of you that are sharing, great. And again, our core objective is your visibility, you winning, your business, your goals, and we do have some great updates. And so in a minute, we'll stop the recording. So those of you who are in the room and want to ask some tech questions while we have Jennifer in the room, we can do that. But so today's main task, you see this, and then number 6, this is the one where you go introduce yourself. Forget that question about high ticket selling. We're going to remove that, but let people know where you're from, what you sell or plan to sell, and the name of your community. We don't need to do that yet. Really what I want is, and we're going to edit this. So by the time you see this, if you're watching the replay, what you're going to do is let people know where you're from and what your business is, what you sell or plan to sell. And I know we're raising visibility, but why? Because we want you to have more clients. We want you to have more people. Even if you're in a nonprofit, you want more donations, you want more. And so let us know what that is. And then finish your comment with your number 1 question and we'll change it. It's just, let's not do that. The number 1 thing, let's do the number 1 thing that's holding you back from getting more audience to buy your offer. We'll do that one because that's a good one. Okay, stop the share. Stop the share. And what I want to know now is if in the next 90 days, you could have it go any way from being in this community and from really like locking arms, maximizing what you're going to take in, maximizing the visibility we give you, because many of you that are members and all that, I want you to share what would it look like for you. I mean, now, like, and you can edit this, you can rewrite it later, but if you could have it at like in 90 days or 90 days in a week, because we're doing the rest of this week and then 3 months. So through April, what would you like to have happened from participating fully in this visibility challenge? So I'm gonna let you think about it for a moment and then raise your emoji hand or your actual hand. Yes, Cheryl, unmute.
So for me, this is an easy one. I just recently switched gears, after doing 14 years of just teaching people how to do business online. Did not like working with people that were just money, money, money. And so for me, it's always been about community and I do nonprofit work. And so I finally decided that my voice needed to be heard and I need to start talking about spirituality and how important it is to bring it into your business. But I'm starting from scratch. And so even with that list that was just handed over to me, that was kind of a money grab. So I had to sort through that list and get my own message out and everything else. But for me, in 90 days, I have no doubt, will find my tribe and will finally be working with the people that I want to work with. Because we can make a difference. You just hold hands, just hold hands. And I have to tell you one little tiny thing. This group that was handed over to me, my vision for it is what you're doing. And that vision didn't come about because it was kind of a money grab. All right. And so I walked away from it. And so for Janet handing me that community now to do whatever I want with it, I'm so excited, but I'm going to use it to bring people here because this is just what it is all about. So again, thank you for creating this because it is amazing.
Well, that's amazing. Thank you. And a couple of things on that note are, one, as we're doing this 90-day run, those of you that are founders and have Diva Talks, we're going to have some opportunities where, you know, one, we're going to work out the schedule, but where it's the Diva Talk days. And a few of you will come on and share your value with the whole community, which is very powerful because this is going to live forever as our 90-day run and the free part that people can go through and all of that. But before we start doing that, we're going to prep you with lessons on how do you make sure everything's lining up so that when you go on the podcast, when you give the Diva Talk, when you're, and the reason I brought that up is because even in sharing that, you're going to find some of your tribe here and people start to see you. It's why you'll hear me harp about being on camera. And I get it, because sometimes I'm in the gym, sometimes I'm in the freaking bathtub when I'm on groups and I'm like, I am not turning on my camera, right? But in certain groups, you just want to show up all the way because you're serving and you're in service and you all get to know each other. And so that's one thing. The other thing is, if you're planning on bringing many of those people here, there is a way for you to co-brand or bundle, offer what you want to offer, and then give the offer of the Diva Network as part of your bundle so that you know community is happening and they're getting all the outcomes here. So we can definitely, you know, connect about that as well, since you already thought of it. And then so much of what we do, you'll be able to model in your own group, or you'll meet someone that you can pull in and do the same thing in your own group. And that's the whole better together kind of thing, you know, which I love. So thank you. All right, Tasha.
Whoop, whoop. I'm so excited. And what I can say is that with the transition of me having to retire due to becoming permanently disabled, I literally am excited that me and my team, we have been able to transform or reinvent a business concept and make it into a community platform. But we still have the business component added to it. And so a part of the community is to bring us together in such times like this. And so I have to say, Adora, yes, that hit, that this is the perfect timing for what I'm doing to add what you're doing to magnify it 10 times fold. So I want to say, as Jeff had mentioned to us, real leaders bring other leaders. We develop leaders, and that's what my team is doing. And we're bringing them to the Divas Network. And so we've been working around the clock to create this platform to help to give them a space. And pretty much it's for solopreneurs and those who don't know how to get their footing started in their business will be able to reinforce what we're getting from our top-notch mentors and coaches. We'll be able to break it down for you so that it's more easable for you to digest, and so you can get it from other people that are successful or other people that have struggled or on the path of being entrepreneurs. Now you have this small little community, but then we have our great community that we pull other people. And I made that community so that we all can have a voice, right? Because there's 8.3 billion people out there. And guess what? All we need is 1% of that 8.3, and each one of us have 1% audience. So anyone that gets on this platform, you're going to get audience, and we'll be able to sift through who's ready for the Diva Network to take their vision to the next level. So I'm excited, Adora. Thank you, everyone, and her team.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And so what I hear is that it's the perfect time because you're in launch mode and all of this helps you really maximize that. Jennifer, is there anything you want to say? I don't know, girl, about what Tasha just shared.
Listen, I open my mouth and I go through rabbit holes. So that sounds great. That sounds amazing. I can't wait to see what you are cooking up and what we can do together.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, someone else want to share in 90 days. If you're watching the replay, you know, put this on the comments. Oh, Jennifer, where they introduce themselves is under this video in school. So we're gonna put it up, right?
Yeah, I think so. I will. When I just clicked on it, I didn't see where you could comment. So give me a minute. You keep talking and let me go make sure I know what I'm talking about.
Okay. Okay. So that is going to be the rhythm. I do remember from Doug that we'll end up putting the videos up. And then even while we're on Zoom, we'll have school open and put our comments there. And the reason is because you lose the comments in the Zoom chat. And two, when people come watch this replay later and they see your face and then they see those comments there, they can kind of tie it together and find you, you know, in community and vice versa. So we'll figure that part out. All right. So anyone else want to share their in 90 days, if you could have it any way and you went all in on visibility, on community, on yourself, on what you're called to do, on setting the year up like super strong, what's the vision? Like what happens? Yes, Emily.
For me, it's to get 20 clients because that's a challenge for me. I don't have a way to get clients to coach.
Okay. 20 clients in 90 days plus a week. I love it. I want you to remember this because it's going to go on a corgi board later and your team's going to be like, how you doing on that? Reverse engineer. Yep. Okay, Sheila. You're muted, honey.
For me, it just makes sense that I'm already seeing the results of bringing the communities together, and even the story of Cheryl. Like Cheryl went MIA on me for several months, and she popped back up. She's like, "Oh, I want to hear about that Diva thing again." It just happens to be when we're kind of coming out of the Whisper launch and really getting this set up, and then now this community comes into her lap so perfectly timed. As we know, there's no coincidences, right? And out of the community that I had met Cheryl in, I really gravitated to her. So I have no doubt that she's going to be magnetized to really bring those people that call to her heart. And I'm seeing the communities we're already bringing together. That's so heart centered. So I'm seeing, like, I continue to do the connecting that I'm doing. So I open up more time to be with my kids and just have more clarity and not have that, I guess, with the affiliate opportunity too, you know, you don't have that fulfillment piece. You can just really come in and get filled up and pour into the areas of your life that matter most. And for me as a single mama, supporting my kids is what matters most to me. So thank you so much for having this platform and being consistent and saying yes so quickly to all the things, even if it's not ready. I appreciate that so much.
You're welcome. So what I hear for you is you're going to set a goal around marketing this more and bringing more people together, because it's created the best use of your time because you don't have to fulfill, and you're getting access and proximity with all the people, and they're celebrating when they come in because it's an outrageous value. It really is an outrageous value. And it's meeting the measure of what you need, which is the financial freedom, high leverage, time freedom, so you can focus up with your kids. And so you're going to hunker down. Yes. Hunker down is a Southern thing, I'm pretty sure. Hunker down. Hunker down. All right. Michelle, I saw you came on camera. Do you have one you want to add before we wrap?
Well, I think it's nothing is coincidence, as Sheila puts it. I think it's timing, as well as I'm like kind of rebranding and kind of in my head, like I want to quit, but I think just coming on here today, like Adora, like your energy, and it's time to for me, like put that community to use, and figuring, I think part of the challenge for me will be figuring out how to co-create, co-brand it as well, because I think mine's like a mini segue of what yours is, and bringing the mompreneurs together, and the goals of combining those two ideas together, which is like a small subset of what this community is, and really fostering that and making sure that we can, for me, to keep that part together, and then find people who are struggling to create those mini courses, because that's my genius, is to help them create the mini courses to create this hub that I've seen in my head for so long. So to put numbers and accountability for all of this is, first of all, I think the 90-day challenge, now that you've expanded, really kind of hones out. And I think my goal, just the number 1,000 came to my mind of just, I have 1,500 in my Facebook group now, but it's like now merging. And I don't know if I'm going to necessarily be using school because I already have a platform of Be Connected, but I think learning your tools on how to bring them, because I want them off Facebook. And now is really honing in on the mompreneurs. And so the number 1,000 people, even in the free community of mine, has just come to my mind right now. And
Yes,
really
I love it.
creating that with your help and everyone's help in here to like support each other and really creating these honed in communities that really support people's messaging so that they don't give up. So I don't give up.
You just made my whole day saying you look forward to a 90-day success run, because Jennifer was the one on our team that brought that forward. We had a Saturday meeting, and she was one of those who brought it forward.
I totally forgot that was my idea. That wasn't
Was
my
I know
exciting-
you're like, come on in.
Yeah.
I think the accountability, and I think, and honestly, I think I was losing focus on like where to start. So even just going into the school community and how you had it broken down on like, just here's your task for today. Let's create this visibility, because like we need your knowledge on how to shape it, because you guys have done it. And so we just need to put it into action, and you're giving us those tools to do that. So first of all, thank you from the bottom of my heart, because that's exactly what I need right now, especially as I'm figuring out as mompreneurs. And now I can really start creating that community to bring us all together.
It's amazing. And I want to give you a couple other little nuggets on that, because I heard it's not just you too. We're getting lots of co-branding kind of opportunity right now. Sheila's brought a lot of them. I have a girlfriend here, the Dallas Women's Club, that we're going to do a co-branded business incubator, and it'll be like once a month in Dallas. They will organize and put it all on, but the divas will come. It'll be on our calendar. The offer will be the DIVA Network, and they get to co-brand with us, right? And it opens the community. So everyone in the Dallas area is like, I have a place to go, right? And so my vision is that, and I don't know how long or how it will shift and change as we scale, but especially with the founders that we we were spending time together, and you've got this heart that we need to make one of these days in the 90 days, how to co-brand with anyone, right? How to co-brand with the DIVA Network, specifically what that could look like. And then make sure that it's meeting your measures. And then the other part that's my heart in here is, again, what you just said about helping people set up their mini courses. How many of you in here need help setting up your mini courses? Yeah. I mean, it's like, so even like kind of the day that we do, and Jennifer, maybe you can make notes of this somewhere, because we need to, we need to do another day on what your Diva Talk is. And if you're a founder, that's a Diva Talk. But if you're not a founder, that's when you're invited to talk on anyone's stages, right? What is your Diva perk? If you're a founder, you get to give a perk, but that still follows with what is your gift if you go speak at an event or you're on someone's podcast. So again, even if you're not a member, it will still qualify. But like that may help Michelle help you give to the community by teaching a lesson when you give your Diva Talk on mini courses, and then you elegantly put in, I have a heart for moms, and in mompreneur community, I give people a platform for these, but you give value whether they ever come to your community or not. And then boom, now the community, even people who don't know you yet, when they have the question, how do I create a mini course? And they go watch and actually learn from you things that they can take away and implement. If they are a mompreneur and they're like, this woman has helped me so much, I need to ask her more questions, then they end up going and doing other things with you. Or when they put their summit on and go, I need someone to come in that could teach this, or I've got a mom's thing, right? So, oh, speaking of moms, cutie. So that was all, hi, honey. So that was all very helpful, because we'll put that in this visibility challenge, because part of the visibility is within the community, right? And another part of it is collaboration. And even right now, I was on a call yesterday with, oh my gosh, like DMA, the woman who's doing the Lifetime Presidential Achievement Awards, which by the way, she is one of our DIVA Network members. And many of you don't know that we're going to be doing a DIVA Network Awards. We're doing DIVA Network articles, and we'll be able to feature you all in these different articles and choose people that will be nominated for the presidential award. But the magazine works directly with the United Nations on empathy and the goal of and the 2030 accountability event, where they see how did we do on the 17 goals, right? And so in that magazine, we will have a DIVA Network Agents of Impact, and we get to do 2 articles a week. That's rolling out, and we will be highlighting people from our community, people like Samuel, people are making a difference for moms, people making a difference, like so that's all coming. But on that call of collaboration, one of the things I learned is that there's one of the top goals in the United Nations that meets the other goals that the United Nations, especially UNESCO, is going very hard on is partnership. This year is all about partnerships because they really know and believe the way we're going to get all those other goals is through partnership and collaboration. So it gives me chills because that's the heartbeat of one of our core things is through collaboration, community, and leveraging innovation and technology that we're moving together. So we'll do a lesson on those co-branded collaborations, as well as like thinking through your value. Because Michelle, if you hadn't said it in that way, in this moment, it wouldn't have clicked off to me like, oh, the community needs that lesson, right? So it's very, very helpful. Mm-hmm.
One more thing I was going to say, Adora, was also thinking about technology and connections. I do at some point want to show you the circle aspect of Zoom and everything, and how we can really create more succinct community in a room that feels a little bit different. Sheila's been part of it before, and I just know it's something we can add to the network as well.
Yeah. And Michelle, if we can get maybe Emily, because Emily, we're hunting you down to help us hosting some of the rooms, because I know that's like your Genius Zone data and rooms and things, and Jennifer and Michelle on what that would look like, because I don't touch the controls when we're on here. Sometimes I do, and then they yap at me anyway, but and I'm a better human. So yeah, Jennifer touches them. So that would be great. Yeah, so maybe Jennifer, Michelle, we can get in an offline.
That's perfect.
That's wonderful. Okay, so I said 30 minutes, but I got way too pumped and it went for 55. You all just, I'm so grateful that you're here. I'm grateful for you taking your Sunday. Jennifer, I want to especially thank you because we're people that don't usually work on Sunday, and we've been working Saturday, Sunday. We've been working 7 days a week because it's a new baby. And when you have a new baby, you don't eat, you don't shower the same, you don't look the same. Sheila was like, I don't know how you have time to go on dates. And I'm like, girl, I need it. I need it to calm my nervous system. I need the balance. All right. But I do end up like a yappy chihuahua. And he's just like, it's fun. So anyway, there's the yap again. I'm very, very grateful for each of you. Please go in and do those CTAs of introducing yourself. There will be a video. This video will be up, and the introductions need to happen under there. And all the comments. And then we will figure out going forward how we do these videos with the comments happening in school. Okay. And even in that, you're going to learn about when it's time for your own school communities, why you want the comments happening in Zoom or in school and the engagement. Okay. So lots of love you all. Happy Sunday. Feel free to unmute and say anything you want. Here's to your 90-day goals.
Thank
Yay.
you.
Thank you.
Have a good one, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.